The trailers for episodes 5 and 6 present a noticeably different atmosphere. Jungkook and Jimin look closer, softer, and more comfortable than in previous episodes. There are no exaggerated scenes or sensational claims. It's a simple interaction that feels honest and flows naturally. Many viewers immediately notice this change in mood from the very beginning of the trailer. Small gestures, laconic glances and smiles that appear without a plan are the main highlights. It is these simple things that actually make many people endure watching until the end. Jungkook looked more relaxed. His movements were calm, his expression was light, and his reaction felt sincere. On the other hand, Jimin looks more and more comfortable. Her body language is open, her smile is warm, and her response is gentle. When they are in one frame, the atmosphere instantly turns into familiar and soothing. No wonder that many viewers called the trailers for episodes 5 and 6 too sweet to miss. Not because of the drama, but because of its simplicity. Everything feels natural, not artificial, and easy to enjoy. Keywords such as Jungkook Jimin's moments, Jungkook Jimin's latest chemistry, Jungkook Jimin's BTS interactions, and friendship bonds often appear in searches. All of that feels relevant when looking at how the narrative of this episode is built calmly and safely. There is no artificial conflict. No excessive drama. There are only two people who have known each other for a long time and know how to behave with each other, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. In some scenes, Jungkook looks very attentive to small details. He waited for Jim to finish his sentence. He adjusts the rhythm when they do activities together. Even his little laugh often appears in a simple moment. Meanwhile, Jimin showed his special warmth. His expression was soft, his reaction was sincere, and his way of responding to Jungkook felt attentive. All these are not assumptions or exaggerated claims, but rather observations of what is really visible on the screen. Interestingly, many viewers found episodes 5 and 6 to be more emotional because of their simplicity. No one big moment dominates. However, it is the small details that make people want to rewatch. Jungkook and Jimin seem to be enjoying their time together. The positive energy was felt to the audience. This is the reason why keywords such as Jungkook Jimin's natural chemistry and Jungkook Jimin's sweet moments are increasingly searched for. In the middle of the episode, there is one thing that viewers often don't realize. Many people only focus on one or two viral scenes. In fact, the real strength lies in the transitions between scenes, the way the camera captures spontaneous reactions. The way the conversation flows without feeling stiff. And how Jungkook and Jimin understood each other without the need for many words. All this creates the impression that the audience is in the same room with them. This effect is very important. The audience not only watched, but also felt. This emotional connectedness is what keeps many people going until the end of the episode. If observed more deeply, this episode also shows the maturity of their working relationships and friendships. There is no competition. No ego stands out. All that is seen is support and understanding for each other. Keywords such as Jungkook Jimin's true bond and BTS Jungkook Jimin's closeness became relevant because what was shown felt aligned with a safe and non-misleading narrative. Many viewers stayed tuned until the end because they hoped to find another little moment that might have been missed. An extra smile. A short laugh. Or a light conversation that feels meaningful. This is the reason why episode 5 and 6 trailers are often called too sweet to ignore. Not because of the sensations, but because of the frankness of the emotions displayed. Jungkook and Jimin didn't try to convince anyone. They do not try to show something excessively. They just become themselves, and that's enough to attract attention. The longer it is watched, the more comfortable it feels. The audience, who were initially just curious, ended up staying because they felt calm and entertained. Algorithms may like long watch durations. But viewers love the feeling of being appreciated. This episode presents both without having to exaggerate anything. Now we begin to approach the final part of the story. And before you go, there is one important thing worth remembering. These moments are often the most precious because of their simplicity. Jungkook and Jimin in episodes 5 and 6 show that strong chemistry doesn't always have to be shown in big words. Sometimes, it is enough just to be present, listen and share time together. That's what makes a lot of people want to watch it again. Want to go back to see the small details that may have been missed on the first viewing. That if you enjoy this kind of narration and want to keep getting safe, warm and detailed stories, don't forget to support Bangtan News today by liking, sharing and subscribing. Also write in the comments which part makes you smile the most or feel warm. Your support means a lot to this channel. When we recall episodes 5 and 6, there is one feeling that is difficult to explain but easy to feel. The feeling that what is shown is not just a snapshot of events, but a portrait of relationships built over a long time. Jungkook and Jimin don't need to dominate the screen to make their presence feel strong. It is precisely when they are silent, listen or react spontaneously that the closeness feels even more real. Some viewers even noticed minor changes compared to previous episodes. Jungkook looks more expressive in simple things. Jimin looks more comfortable showing his warm side. There are no rigid boundaries. Everything flows in a natural rhythm. This is what makes this episode feel safe for all people to enjoy. The viewer is not forced to interpret things to extremes. They are just invited to enjoy a warm and soothing togetherness. For many, this episode feels like a comfortable respite. Something that can be rewatched when you want to feel calmer. A small laugh that appears involuntarily often becomes the most touching moment. Spontaneous reactions and brief glances feel full of meaning without the need for explanation. The strength of episodes 5 and 6 lies not only in Jungkook and Jimin as individuals, but also on the dynamics they create together. When they were in one place, the atmosphere felt lighter. A sensitive viewer can feel these changes and will involuntarily continue watching until the very end. Over time, this narrative builds attachment slowly. There is no sudden surge of emotions. Everything develops consistently. The romanticism that many viewers feel is not about narrow definitions. Rather, it is about attention, warmth and comfort. Towards the end of the episode, many people realize that they had been watching longer than planned. Not because I have to, but because it feels good. This is the reason why videos about episodes 5 and 6 often have positive comments and high watch times. Because in the end, Jungkook and Jimin managed to deliver a viewing experience that left an impression without having to go beyond any boundaries. If this story makes you want to rewatch episodes 5 and 6, or just smile remembering the little details, then this narrative has been conveyed well.